Well, hi all, happy Homebrew Wednesday, happy Christmas. Well, it's Homebrew Wednesday time. I'm going to be kegging up my rye IPA. I'm going to talk about a few things and yeah, I'm totally unprepared for this, but I'll quickly go through a few things and we'll see what we can do. Anyway, let's run you over what we got here. Down here is my Cornelius keg. I've given it a good wash out of water. It's still dirty. I've left it soaking in some sodium carbonate, and now I've just got some star salmon in there as well. A bit of star salmon in there. I'm going to pour that out into a bucket in a second. I've got silicone seals on here, but that's all ready to go. This wasn't a new one. Here is the rye pale. I got dry hop the other day, so there's lots left of the crows in there. And got some good celebration here. As you can see, hopefully, it's a nice red colour. So, in it, okay, it's all there. It's been dry hopping for a few days. I can tell you it's got a very nice, strong hoppy flavour to it. So I'm gonna pop that into the keg in a minute. Stick it back up here. Anyway, let's quickly go over a few things. Shout out to Rusty Homebrew. He's been drinking some of my beers. I'm happy he's enjoying them. I've also sent some out to Big Banana, so he might be having a few little sips soon. But I think he's got a bit of a backlog of beer at the moment because he seems to be still doing stuff from Christmas, which is good. I've still got some beer from Rusty to test out, which I'll be doing soon. I was out last night with some friends, some American friends of mine who are homebrewers, and they come over for a few days from Seattle. But I think he does some rockets and stuff like that. Some rocket people in America. But he's been brewing. I've been a good mate of mine. Been doing quite a lot for a few years. And his wife, she's got a BJCP qualification, and she's actually a brewmeister, or barrel lady in a brewery in Seattle as well. So it's all nice and good. And I was down in a place called Small Bar in Bristol last night. I think I had a black IPA, a standard IPA. I think I had quite a strong stout. What else did I have? I think I might have had some other type of IPA as well. So it was quite nice. So I had too much drink, so I'm not actually drinking beer at the moment. I might have a little sip later on, because I've got a few days off. It's the school holidays here at the moment. Some of the things happened. I had a week Monday back. We had a brew. So where the brew people come over from Ireland. They're on if you look at Dublin, they're kind of this little village which is slightly off to the west of Dublin. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name. But they really enjoyed themselves. We made a few stouts and they liked it. They tasted my stout and they said it wasn't a bit like the one I made, but it was like very similar to the same one the company makes, another stout that the company made, which was a slight bit of a compliment, so it was quite nice at least. And the general feedback I got, I took my my Challenger IPA along, and obviously a stout, and yeah, seemed to like it. So it's all good beer. So yeah, a good night was had by all. We drank an awful lot of beer. I think we had something like in the region of about 20 beers to taste that evening, so that was everyone. Obviously I wasn't there last week, I felt like shit, and I just didn't feel like drinking anything, and so obviously got a bit of a brew day footage. What else is going on? Yep, so obviously this is my little Rye IPA you would have seen back then. It's attenuated out to about 109. Been dry hopped, and I think it's just about to go in the keg now. It'll sit in the keg for another week or two, and then I'll just push it out under pressure into some bottles and hand it in. Hopefully I'll win, but you can never tell. It all depends on the people who are tasting at the time, and I always assume they've got some they got some, obviously they know what they really want to make, like, you know. One thing I have noticed, they were going to make the beer and present it at the camera event in Bristol in March, April time, but they're not going to do it now. They're just going to obviously just sell it in the pub, which is quite good. I know whether I'm not really fussed. If I get to make a beer, I think you get to make 10,000 litres of beer if you win, and there's a first and a second and third prize. It's 3 categories. I think it's American Pale Ale, a Rye IPA, and an Imperial Stout. So yeah, I made the Rye IPA. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. Any other news? No, no other news. Right, I'll get on and show you me kegging this beer up. Hopefully most people have seen it before, but I'll quickly go through it again just so you know my technique. Maybe Rusty might be handy to you, eh? Right. So hopefully you can all see me there. Go to the process. So loads of sanitizer in there. Let's quickly talk about how I do my sanitizer. Star San. I've worked out half a UK teaspoonful of Star San, or about 2 litres of sanitizer liquid. So that's what I do. I take half a teaspoonful. Now, one slight bit of trivia: a British teaspoon is a different size to the American teaspoons, so it's just very tricky. But anyway, there we go. So got my Star San in here. I pressurised it up, and I've actually forced through the sanitizer through both of these holes here, so it's, the whole thing is actually all sanitised. You get a top. We pour the sanitizer on top of the top without pouring sanitizer all over the shop. There we go. Slight bit of paranoia, but just try to cover it up, make sure it's nice and happy. There will be a little bit of CO2 floating around inside here, maybe. But I might have poured a bit of it out without just pouring out, but we'll see how we go. So I got my backing on. I've got a knobbly bit on the end there, but it's all been washed already. This is, I think. I didn't pop that in there. So what I'd like to do is just wet the ends a bit, so it makes it more. What you can do then is to just circulate the sanitizer around inside the pipe. Just get this in here. Right, let's go. Okay, there's loads in there. So I'll just dump the pipe in, make sure it gets nice and wet. So just rinse the whole pipe over the outside so it all gets covered in it. Okay, so let that stand for about 30 seconds and then we'll get the beer racked up. Okay, so the pipe should be well sanitised now. What I'm going to do is sometimes what I'll do is just press this here and that'll let any of the sterilising liquid which is sat in the pipe just flow out. I'll quickly dump that. And get our pipe. What I've done, I've just jacked the end of this up here so that the liquid and all the sediment flows to the back, and I get as much sterilising liquid as I want. Okay, so try to drop this pipe all the way to the bottom of the corny keg. We don't want to get any oxygen there. That was one of the things which got raised on my last competition, being that it was slightly oxygenated, which I was a bit pissed off about. That might have been more down to me. What was the word? Anyway, let's get this in here so you can't see me. I'll just push this right to the back as far as I can get it, and pump it straight out. There we go. You can see it's not perfectly clear. I haven't actually cold crashed it, so there is maybe a bit of some hard particles in there. But what I'm going to do now is to cold condition this for another week, and hopefully it'll clear out in that time. Can't see much in there. Now I'm thinking it might be just a little bit over 19 litres, so I have to be very wary here as we fill up. So we are, just got back the right amount of greeny stuff in there. I just let the last few dregs drop into there. There we go. Very good. So once you've got it all in there, over the top. And that's about it. Well, so that's about me for the week anyway. Coming up, no brew days. I've got too much beer now, as ever. Shout out to everybody who's got some hops. If anybody wants some more hops, just give me a shout. I've still got those spare, and I just want to get it down to about maybe half a freezer thing. I'm thinking about doing some hops again this year. I did think about buying some new hops and growing some new rye zones and stuff like that, but I think I'm just going to leave the Challenger there and rely on doing swapsies and things with people, and I'm quite happy with my kind of beer that I'm making with my Challenger hops at the moment. I want to perhaps experiment a bit more with that and see what else I can make out of it. But yeah, the hop diaries will be starting soon. I will be digging at rye zones. I'll show you how to do that. I'll be doing some, doing all the stringing and stuff like that. I'll be doing all fertilising. At the front, I may yet. I've got like a bay tree at the back here, and I'm debating whether to dig the bay tree up to stick it into a pot and to stick a new rye zone out there. So I will be growing another hop maybe, but I'm going to try to. I'm not going to be digging up the Challenger. I may have some rye zones to give away. I think I'm coming up to 200 subscribers, so I will be giving away rye zones and some hops if need be, and for a little teeny, so I think it's some sort of little competition thing as I did before. That's it. Okay, please like, subscribe and share, and have a good week, guys and ladies.